Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To all the honorable speakers, our moderator, and all esteemed attendees, welcome. It is an honor to be here today. My name is Fatkhur Roman, and alongside my colleagues, Mrs. Ani and Mrs. Sapuro from Win Sultan Maulana Hasanuddin Banten, I will be presenting our research findings. Our study is titled, The Role of Transformative Leaders in Enhancing Spirituality, Teacher Performance, and Student Achievement, focusing on a case study at Madrasah Ibtidaiyah Negeri 2 in Serang Regency, Banten Province. So let's dive right in. The world of Islamic education today is navigating a very important question. How do we effectively blend teacher professionalism with deep-seated spiritual values? We've observed that many madrasas tend to get caught up in administrative tasks, often overlooking the need for inspirational leadership that truly carries spiritual weight. This is precisely where the role of the madrasa principal becomes absolutely critical. They must be more than just a manager. They need to be a transformative leader who can cultivate a culture rooted in both spirituality and high achievement. This observation led us to formulate 3 core questions for our research. First, what does the transformative leadership of the principal at Madrasah Ibtidaiyah Negeri 2 Serang actually look like in practice? Second, how does this specific style of leadership influence the spirituality and performance of the teachers? And third, what is the resulting impact on the students' academic achievements? These questions guided our qualitative fieldwork and formed the very heart of our investigation. With those questions in mind, the primary objective of our study was to analyze how transformative leadership is truly implemented within the madrasa. We wanted to understand how it actively shapes a work culture that is not only productive, but also deeply spiritual, and ultimately, how this culture contributes to improving student learning outcomes. We believe that when leadership gets this right, the effects ripple throughout the entire school community. The benefits of this research are twofold. On a theoretical level, our study reinforces the concept of transformative leadership, specifically grounding it in Islamic values, which adds a unique and vital dimension to the existing literature. From a practical standpoint, our findings offer actionable recommendations for madrasa principals. They provide a blueprint for building a work environment that is more oriented towards the values of worship and academic excellence, creating a more holistic and impactful educational experience. To ground our research, we turn to the established theory of Bass and Avolio on transformational leadership. Their model highlights 4 key components: idealized influence, which is about being a role model; inspirational motivation, which is about inspiring your team; intellectual stimulation, which involves challenging the status quo; and individualized consideration, which means supporting each person's unique needs. We connected this framework with the concept of Islamic spirituality, drawing from scholars like Fry and Natta, who argue that leadership is not just a managerial function, but a profound act of worship and exemplary behavior. To explore this, we employed a phenomenological qualitative approach, setting our research at Madrasah Ibtidaiyah Negeri 2 in Serang Regency. Our research subjects included the principal, several teachers, and students, allowing us to get a comprehensive, multi-perspective view. We collected our data through a combination of in-depth interviews, direct observations of daily school life, and a review of relevant documents. For the analysis, we utilized the well-regarded model from Miles and Huberman, which involves a 3-step process: data reduction, data display, and finally, drawing our conclusions. Now, let's get to what we found. Our first key finding relates to the madrasa principal's leadership. We discovered that the principal consistently demonstrates the character of Uswa Hasana, a true and excellent example. This was evident in their ethics, their communication style, and their decision-making processes. More than just managing tasks, the principal actively instilled a spirit of working as an act of worship, shifting the mindset from a mere administrative duty to a higher calling. The patterns of communication and mentoring they employed were genuinely inspiring for the teachers, creating a positive and uplifting atmosphere. This leadership style had a profound and positive impact on the teachers. We found that teachers felt a greater sense of calm and purpose, were more motivated in their roles, and showed a higher level of commitment to their duties. Their personal spirituality increased, which in turn led to improved work discipline and more harmonious, supportive relationships among colleagues. In essence, teacher performance wasn't just improving on paper, it was being elevated and enriched by the spiritual values championed by their leader. This created a much healthier and more productive teaching environment. And of course, the impact extended powerfully to the students. We observed a noticeable increase in both academic and non-academic achievements. Perhaps even more importantly, there were significant improvements in student discipline, character, and manners, or ADAB. With the principal and teachers serving as strong, positive role models, students became more focused on their learning and personal development. The positive, value-driven environment created a space where students could truly thrive, not just academically, but as well-rounded individuals. So how do we interpret these findings? When we connect our observations back to Basi and Avolio's theory, it's clear that the leadership at this madrasah heavily utilizes inspirational motivation and idealized influence. The principal isn't just giving orders, they are living the values they wish to see. The integration of Islamic values acts as a powerful moral foundation, enriching the practice of transformational leadership and giving it deeper meaning. This leads us to a powerful insight. Spiritual leadership, as practiced here, isn't just a type of transformational leadership. It's arguably its highest and most complete form. This brings us to our three main conclusions. First, spiritual-based transformational leadership is incredibly effective at enhancing the entire working culture of a madrasah, making it more positive and purpose-driven. Second, under this leadership, teachers don't just become better employees, they become more professional, sincere in their intentions, and oriented toward their work as a form of worship. And third, student achievement improves significantly, not just through better teaching methods, but because they are immersed in a learning environment that is rich with exemplary behavior and positive role models. Based on these conclusions, we have a few key recommendations. We suggest continuous training and guidance on spiritual leadership for all madrasah principals to help them cultivate these skills. We also recommend the formal integration of spiritual values into teacher quality improvement programs, making it a core part of professional development. Finally, we believe in strengthening the collaboration between madrasas, the Ministry of Religious Affairs, and other Islamic institutions to collectively focus on the crucial goal of developing students' character. The theoretical pillars of our research, as we mentioned, include foundational works from Bas and Avolio, Fry, Natta, and Suyadi. These scholars provided the essential frameworks that allowed us to bridge the concepts of modern, transformative leadership with the timeless principles of Islamic values, creating a cohesive and relevant study for today's educational landscape. In closing, we want to leave you with this thought. A true transformative leader is not just someone who can change systems and processes. A truly great leader is one who can change the hearts and intentions of the entire school community, guiding everyone towards a shared purpose and the pleasure of Allah. Thank you so very much for your time and attention. If you found this presentation insightful, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.